Flames lit up the streets of Jerusalem on April 23rd. But this wasn't a clash with an external enemy. This was dissent from within. As Israel marked another year since its founding, a group of ultra-Orthodox Jews took to the streets not to celebrate, but to reject the existence of the country itself. The protest unfolded in Mea Shearim, one of the most conservative religious neighborhoods in Jerusalem, where supporters of the anti-Zionist group Neturei Karta marched through narrow streets, chanting slogans and holding banners carrying bold and critical messages, such as Judaism and Zionism are diametrically opposed. The Zionist state challenges God. Anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism, and State of Israel does not represent world Jewry. Crowds repeated chants as speakers addressed the gathering through microphones, reinforcing their rejection of Zionism, a nationalist political ideology that calls for the creation of a national state for the Jewish people that led to the creation of Israel in historic Palestine. Children were seen holding Palestinian flags, some inscribed in Arabic, English, and Hebrew, with text that read, quote, "Jews are not Zionists," unquote. In one of the most striking scenes, Israeli flags were set ablaze. Children stood nearby, watching as flames consumed the state. One protester described the state as a betrayal of Judaism, claiming it threatens religious identity and traditions, and calling for its end.
Okay, we are here after 78 years of rebellion against God and His purposes, in which a Zionist state was established that came to trample every trace of Judaism and Jews. And they want to, aside from wanting to draft us into the army of destruction, they want Jewish identity to be gone, and Jewish dress to be gone, and every Jewish marker to be gone. They want touches of Jewish symbols within Zionism. And so we solemnly declare here today, after 78 long and arduous years of rebellion, that on the anniversary of the day this state was first established, we mourn, we fast, we walk the city streets in sackcloth and ashes, and we continue to hope and fervently pray for the swift and total dissolution of this state.
Another participant said his community considered themselves the quote-unquote real Jews, and argued that according to their faith, Jews are forbidden from establishing a state before the arrival of the Messiah.
Announce in the whole world that we are the Jews, the real Jews, and we are not allowed by our faith to have any state until our Mashiach will come. And until then, we have no state. We are ordered to be managed by the nations, under the nations. And they are not Jews, absolutely not Jews. They confuse the whole world. They acting like Jews. It's like Hollywood. They're acting like Jews. They speak our language, and the whole world fell by believing them that they are the real Jews. But actually, they are not the Jews. They are not real Jews, and unfortunately, we are stuck in this place. We know with no possibility to leave this place, but we really have, by our faith, to leave this place and go to out of Israel, what they call Israel, yeah? And I will bless every nation who will give us the opportunity to be their citizens, because we are people with no citizenship. We have no place in the world except this place. And we are willing to leave this place just to prove the world that we are not them. And everybody who wants to know the whole truth, should read the book Vayoel Moshe of Admor Misatmer, the chief rabbi of Satmar. He wrote a book. You should get it, translate it to French, to English, to Japanese, and you should know the truth about all this thing that is called the State of Israel, which is, forgive me for the word, and forgive my beard. I never use this word, but there is no better word to say this is real bullshit.
For groups like Neturei Karta, the establishment of Israel, marked annually as Israeli Independence Day, is seen not as liberation, but as a religious violation. They believe Jewish sovereignty must not exist until divine intervention, and that the modern state contradicts core religious teachings. And in a region defined by conflict and identity, this protest reveals a lesser-seen divide, a reminder that in one of the world's most contested lands, even the meaning of a nation is still fiercely debated.
A bold claim from Washington.
And we'll be talking about Iran later. We have
A mocking response from Tehran.
We were so close, but...
And now a war of words is unfolding on the global stage. U.S. President Donald Trump recently claimed that Iran had agreed to halt the execution of women protesters, following his request, calling it very good news. But Iran says that claim is completely false, with officials insisting there were no such execution plans to begin with. And Iran's response was not limited to denial. It also resorted to public mockery of the U.S. president. Iran's embassy in Saudi Arabia posted a sarcastic message which read, quote, "Hooray! Trump saved 8 AI-generated people," unquote. A following post also included images of 8 women who the embassy claimed were to be executed, but later hinted that the pictures were created using artificial intelligence. The post read, quote, 8 other Iranian girls are going to be executed in Iran tomorrow. Ask Trump to help. Thanks to ChatGPT, unquote. This is being seen as a direct jab at what Iran calls a fabricated narrative. Meanwhile, Iran's embassy in Sierra Leone denied Trump's claim with a post on X reading, "Fact check. 4 of those 8 Iranian women Trump cited for hanging yesterday have been free for weeks. The others aren't facing execution. They're in custody awaiting trial on charges that carry prison time, not execution." He also lied about 800 executions in Iran months ago. Bottom line, Trump is a losing warmonger, a liar, and absolutely Lulu. Iran's judiciary has also doubled down, calling the claim misleading. Iran's judiciary news agency, Mizan, reportedly carried a report with a statement that said, quote, "Trump's empty-handedness on the battlefield has pushed him towards fabricating achievements from false news," unquote. Another statement by the judiciary's official Mizan online website added, quote, "Trump was misled once again by fake news," unquote. Despite Iran's denial, the White House has supported Trump's claim. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, in an interview to Fox News, said, quote, "Only President Trump could save the lives of these 8 beautiful Iranian women. Their lives are going to be spared," unquote. Analysts warn that what we're seeing now is more than just a disagreement. It's a battle of narratives, where politics, media, and even AI are colliding. Meanwhile, separately, commenting on the war with Iran amid a fragile ceasefire extension declared unilaterally by Trump, Leavitt presented a brave face, claiming that the cards are in the U.S. president's hands right now.
Great questions, and I will answer them. Let's level set on where we are. As you all saw yesterday, President Trump announced an extension of the ceasefire. He's maintaining and generously offering a bit of flexibility to a regime who has been completely tarnished because of Operation Epic Fury. There's obviously a lot of internal division. This is a battle between the pragmatists and the hardliners in Iran right now, and the president wants a unified response. And so as we await that response, there's a ceasefire with the military and kinetic strikes. But Operation Economic Fury continues, and the effective and successful naval blockade continues as well of ships and vessels that are moving to and from Iranian ports. We are completely strangling their economy through this blockade. They're losing $500 million a day. The Karg Island is completely full. They can't move oil in and out. They can't even pay their own people as a result of this economic leverage that President Trump has inflicted over them. So he's satisfied with that. said, as we await their response, and we will see. The president has not set a firm deadline to receive an Iranian proposal, unlike some of the reporting I've seen today. Ultimately, the timeline will be dictated by the commander-in-chief and the president of the United States. Look, again, I'm not going to set a timetable for the president. He has not done that, and I won't. I know there's been some anonymous sourced reporting that there was maybe a 3 to 5 day deadline. That is not true. The president has not set a deadline himself. Ultimately, he will dictate the timetable. And again, he is satisfied with the naval blockade, and he understands that Iran is in a very weak position, and the cards are in President Trump's hands right now.